Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. Thank you for joining me. Excuse the appearance. I am pretty sick at the moment. I was debating whether to do this video or just go on like from week 6 next week, but I really wanted to do the entire series. So we're going in with week 5 a few days late. So Dancing on Ice, it was done on Sunday. We're now on Wednesday. I'm hoping to get it up this evening as well. So it was Icons Week. It was so good this week. So the first couple that skated were Joey and Vanessa. I absolutely love this couple. They look so beautiful together, and Joey as well, from what I watched when he was in Towie, has matured so much and for the better. He was always a little bit of a Jack the Lad, and you know, he came across like that, which he still does in Dancing on Ice, but he just seems like more mature, which is nice to see. Obviously, he was in The Only Way is Essex a long time ago. I mean, I want to say at least 10 years ago, because I remember watching it with my ex-partner. But anyway, I'm digressing, and let's go on to what I've written about him. First of all, I do need to tell you guys that there was a judges challenge. Now, what I find is, like, from week 5 onwards, each week there will be a judges challenge, and that's basically where Jane and Chris put certain steps into the routine that the contestants have to do, and then they'll either be marked up or marked down depending on how well they do that routine. So let's get into it. I've taken some pictures of the actual skating. Like, I don't want to put footage in because it might demonetize me when I come to that point, which, by the way guys, if you've been watching playlists, thank you so much. So yeah, I don't want to put clips of the actual show in, but I have taken a few snaps when they were skating. So Joey and Vanessa skated to Elton John, and I'm Still Standing. Joey did amazing this week. I feel like I say this about him week in, week out. I honestly feel like I say that about him and a few others in the competition. I feel like he could definitely go all the way to the final. He's that good. He has a lot of fierceness and he's willing to try anything. The scores were high, 33, and he seemed really pleased with that, and so he should be. So then Patsy Palmer and her dance partner Matt was up second, and they skated to Spice Up Your Life by Spice Girls. And with her being a redhead, there was no other Spice Girls that she would be, rather than Jerry, Halliwell, Ginger Spice. So, and some of the notes I've written, I feel like Patsy Palmer is getting better with each week. She's growing more confident. She's been a little bit more independent. She's not relying so much on her dance partner. There still is that kind of little bit where she does rely on him a little bit too much, I think. Yeah, put that she's still reliant on her dance partner and is quite slow to skate on the ice compared to the other contestants. And, you know, that's just how some people skate. I think I'd be exactly the same, you know. When you get older, you just don't like to fall, do you? You know, I bet she's taken some real tumbles already, and I don't want to put it down to age, but I mean, at the end of the day, she's 50, and like I said, you know, I don't think I would like to be on that show, constantly falling, being bruised and battered. The score that they received was 26.5. It was the best to date. That just goes to show how much better they're getting. Then one of my favourite couples is Nile Wilson and Olivia. So they danced to Let Me Entertain You by Robbie Williams. Oh my gosh. That routine was so good. I would encourage you to look for it on YouTube because I know it's there, and then you'll see what I mean. I've written, I feel like Nile just gets better each week and thrives, just like Joey. He's one of the ones that could potentially, I feel like Nile could win it, to be honest. I mean, he's in first place with his scores this week, but yeah, I really do feel like he could win. There's four couples that I feel like potentially could go to the final. Can't remember how many couples they have in the final. I think it might only be 3, but there's 4 couples that potentially I feel like they could do really, really well. Yeah, I feel like Nile just gets better each week and thrives on the challenges that he's set. This week he was absolutely amazing. He skates at some speed around the ice, and incorporating gymnastics into dancing on ice, just phenomenal to watch. He certainly did entertain this week. The score was 36, the highest score for Nile and Olivia, and the highest score of the series so far. So he was absolutely chuffed to bits with that. Next up we have Darren and Tippy. So last week Darren came under a bit of criticism by the judges. They basically, well, by all of them actually, they basically said that he could do better, that he's playing it safe. So this week was his time to shine, and boy did he shine. So he danced to George Michael's I'm Your Man. I thought Darren skated quite well this week. He was told that he was playing it safe last week. So Darren and Tippy learned a lot of new steps for this week, which made it more interesting to watch. Darren is an independent skater, but the skating was a little bit slower than the other contestants. Clear to see though that he's worked incredibly hard this week, and it shows. The overall score was 28.5, which was Darren's highest score of the series, and he was really, really happy with that. Up next was the Vivienne and Colin skating to Halo by Beyonce. Right, so what I thought was so incredibly cool and so brave is that the Vivienne was himself today. He performed as James, which he's never performed as himself. Now, I didn't watch that RuPaul Drag Queen or whatever it was called, so I didn't know who he was before he came into Dancing on Ice. Like, when I see the footage each week, I used to think to myself, why don't you just perform as yourself? But he did explain in the VT. I'll go on to tell you. James said that performing as a drag queen is like his armour and also his cape. I think the Vivienne did amazing. They did stumble at one point, but they carried on. It was just beautiful. It was clearly a very emotional week for the Vivienne. So I'm referring him to the Vivienne because that's what they call him on Dancing on Ice, even though he danced as himself on Sunday night. I just thought it was beautiful that he did that. You could see he, in some places it didn't look as confident because he didn't have all that makeup and like he wasn't in drag, and I think that's why he took the tumble. Normally he's so confident and his skating routines are completely flawless. But even he said that he'd had a tough week. He popped his shoulder out and, he was anxious. So, yeah, I just thought it was incredibly brave for him to do that. Before it gets to the skate-off, they basically tell you who goes through to next week, and they really, really drag it out. And I think he thought that maybe he wasn't going to get through this week because of the tumble and of him being himself. Clearly, he's got a lot of fans out there and everyone loves him. I'm a big fan of the Vivienne. I'm a big fan of James. So, yeah, I can't wait to see what they bring next week. The Vivienne makeup is flawless. The makeup is absolutely stunning. He just looks beautiful. Honestly, he just looks beautiful. And whether that's as himself or as a Vivienne. Next up was Carley, and they skated to Dusty Springfield's Take Another Piece of My Heart. I think that's the song. As always, Carley skated amazingly, even better than previous weeks. I would say she skated a lot independently, which I always like to see, and then skated very well with her partner. And in that routine this week, it was like more of a little story, and that's what I really, really liked about it. So the overall score was 34, and that was her highest score of the series so far. Next up was Mollie and Sylvan, skated to Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever. There was a lot of lifts again this week, but Mollie did look really confident when performing. Christine set a challenge for Mollie last week, and that was to do the headbanger, and she did it no problems. She actually said she was more concerned about doing the judges challenge, the spins that they put in the judges challenge, rather than the headbanger. And it's like, whoa, that's fierce, because those headbangers are no picnic. So yeah, was impressed there. All I've written is I would have just liked to see Mollie do a little more solo skating, because again I did feel like there was kind of more lifts than necessary, but I still enjoyed the performance. It was really good. The overall score was 30.5, which was Mollie's highest score, and I think that was due to the headbanger. They do the judges challenge, but they said that she didn't do it right, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not a professional, I'm just a viewer giving you my opinions, and I'd like to say thank you, by the way. Thank you for watching these videos. They're completely different to what I've filmed before, and it encourages me to do other series like commentary. I mean, I don't see it as commentary, I just see me as talking to you about the shows that I love. So when the skater was Patsy Palmer and Matt, and Darren and Tippy, I feel like they both did really, really well in that skate-off, but I feel like Darren is just a little bit faster, a little bit more technical with his moves than Patsy Palmer is. And what I've put is, do I think the right person went? And I put pretty much the same thing. Yes, I think Darren is a more technical skater. I think he deserves to stay for another week. So if you feel like I've missed someone out, I have. I don't want to let this go unnoticed. Siva and Clebara didn't skate this week because Siva was unwell, which I missed him because I really do like him as a skater as well. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm looking forward to his return next week, and got a feeling I know who might be in next week's skate off, but I'm keeping that to myself. So next week is movie week. Absolutely love movie week, 2 pieces, just as much as musicals week, and I loved Icons week. I think I love them all, but now like the talent is getting so much better. I mean, I think this year's, I've said this before, so I think this year's Dancing on Ice has been better than any Dancing on Ice that I've watched. I've not watched the all 15 series, I don't think, but I've watched a lot. I would say I've watched 5 or 6. I do feel like at least 4 of those couples were just really good from the off. So let's go through them. So we have Carley. She was just really, really good from the off. Joey was. Nile was. So Nile was. And also the Vivienne was. So those are the 4 couples. I mean, Siva's good as well, but I feel like just those 4 couples were so amazing right from the off, and they're getting better each week, and it's absolutely amazing to watch. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave this here. I don't know how long the video is, but I don't want it to be too long because I'm a bit like nasally today. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, please think about subscribing. It would mean the absolute world to me. Please like this video. It really does help get my channel out there, and I massively appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.